Hello everyone. If you remember in our Python series in our previous class we enable the SSH. We enable the SSH where we enable in the devices. If you remember, let me show you. Before in our previous class we enable the SSH in this device. I hope you remember. Right? Because before we are accessing this device remotely by using telnet. But now we are using SSH. Why we are using SSH? Because SSH is more secure compared to telnet. In our CCNA series we already seen that one. By capturing packet all data is going in the clear text in telnet. So it is not advisable to use the telnet. That's why we are using SSH. With SSH we will have the data secure, encrypted, so if anyone hack that data they cannot understand also. Okay, so if you see, this is a code. Already we discussed this code, some points. This is a library we are including here. Okay, Paramiko we include, and get pass we include, and the time. I will tell you why we are using time. And here we need to define the IP address of the device which we are going to SSH. And here we are using the username and password with this one. Okay, so this is a common, we already know why we are using. This is a basic, we understand before only. Okay, the new thing is this 3 line. If you see this one, this one, this one, here this is used to create the session. Okay, to create the session, and here they are going to exchange the key. They are going to check the key. If our machine is having the key, they will utilize that fan. If it is not having the key, they are going to request that key. Encryption, they are encrypting data when they are sending. And this one is used to connect. Actual connection is made here. So you need to remember. If you have confusion, now just remember this 3 like this 3 line you need to write. Whenever you are doing the SSH code by using Paramiko, you need to write this 3 line from here to here. Okay, from here to here, this 3 line you need to write. First line is used to create the section. Second line we use to tell that client to check if we have key, use that one. If we don't have, try to request the key from the server. It is going to ask. For that purpose we use this line, and this is actual section. Actual connection is created. After that we are writing here print successful connected. Here which if you don't want to write, no need to write this one. Why we are writing? With this output we can identify from starting from here to here our code is correct. Okay, so what if this if you see in screen this one is working, then you can say our code is working because this all steps work correctly. Okay, just to verify these steps are working correctly or not, from here to here just we are printing saying that successfully connected, because we are connecting our device by SSH by using these three comments, 3 lines. Okay, so here if you see we are writing host, so this IP will appear saying that successfully connected this host. And after that our main thing will start. Here we will use remote connect SSH. So if you see here what we are doing here, we will invoke. If you see, we are taking our client here wherever we created this one section. We will take the section and invoke that one. So we have the shell. In the shell we are going to send the data which is going to encrypt, and the data which is coming out, it is going to decrypt. So we will invoke that one. Okay, so this all value, this from here to here will store in one variable. That variable we are giving the name as a remote underscore connection. So this is our main variable. This is ready. So you need to write this variable dot. If you want to send the data, write send. Okay, if you want to send inside the, what we can say, inside the device, so write dot send. If you want to receive, we will write dot receive. If you want to close, we will write dot close. So anyhow, so what we done here, we write remote connection. This is invoke. Already this is section created with our client. So just you need to write remote underscore connection dot send and write the comments. Whatever we will do, enable. Then we will write the enable password. Then we will go for the config T. You remember, right? Config T. Then what we are doing, we are creating VLAN 2 We are going inside the interface of VLAN 2, we are assigning the IP, we are writing no shut, and we are closing that one. Okay, so what we done, we write the remote underscore connection. This is a variable we created, and in this variable we have this value. It is creating the session with shell. Okay, so what we can say, just you need to follow this syntax. We write remote underscore connection. This is a variable. You can take A, B, C, any variable. If you take A dot send, and whatever you want to send inside the device, we can write here. After that, this is executing very fast, so we need to give some delay time. That's why we are writing time dot sleep, and we can give any value. We can give 1 or 2 or 3. So they will wait for that time. Section will not close, they will wait for some time. Okay, so we will give that one. We are using this time dot sleep, that's why we include this library time. Okay, and one more thing, whatever output is coming, we need to receive the output, so we can write remote underscore connection dot receive, and here you can define any value. We can write 5334 or any value. Here this value means whatever output is coming, if the output is big, we need to define the big buffer, so it will store that value. So that's why we are using this number. Even if you use less, no issue, because in this code we have only limited output, not the big output, or not, we don't have the lot of output values, so it is sufficient if we give 100 to 100 also, no issue. After that, what we will do, we will print whatever is output is coming. So we will write print output dot, this is the ASCII value we are putting in the ASCII. At last we need to close the session. How we will close? We will take this client dot close. Okay, this is a client dot close, so it will close the session here. But you need to remember, before using this code, you need to install the Paramiko library in your computer. How we will do? I already installed, but let me show you how we can install. We will go here in the CMD. You can go in the CMD and you can write here. Let me show you. You can write here pip install, and whatever library you want to install. Paramiko, if you want to install Paramiko. If you want to install Netmiko, you can install Netmiko. I already installed, that's why it is saying me already requirement already satisfy all everything, because I already installed that one. Just remember, you need to write pip install Paramiko. If you want to install pip install Netmiko, whatever you want to install, you can do that one. So when you install like this way, then only we can use. If you did not install, it will not work. Okay. And now if you go for the topology here, this is the IP we are going to configure in this device. Okay, so let me take the console of this device and check, do we have the VLAN in this device or not. So I will go here enable, and the enable password is Cisco. I will write here show VLAN brief. If you see I have so many VLAN, let me delete this VLAN, so we can easily identify which one we are doing. Or if you see here, what we are using VLAN 2 here. Okay, we are creating the VLAN 2 as per our code. So let's see here, VLAN 2 is present. Here we have VLAN 1, 20 till 40 we have. Okay, but VLAN 2 is not available here. VLAN 2 is not available here. And if you check show IP interface brief, if you see VLAN 1 is having the IP address, but VLAN 2 is not having anything. So what we can do, we can do for VLAN 2. Okay, and we are doing for this device, that is 146. So in the code we need to change here. I will change this 146. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? What we are doing, I hope this is clear. So now let me run the code. So this is a code. Now I will go here, I will run this one. Okay, when I run this one, it is asking me username. I did not remember the username, so let me write here show run, so I can see here what is the username here. I think we have the admin something username. Let me see what we created username before. Here username, where is the username? I remember as admin we created, but anyhow let me check here what we created username here. We will have here username, where is, yeah, here this is a username, admin we created. Okay, and password is Cisco. So let me go and give here admin, and password is Cisco. I press this one admin. So if you see, it is creating here, but it is having some issue. Let's see what is the issue, we can fix that one. So when we give, I think we go inside here, let's see what happened. Let me write show IP interface brief. Still we don't have that one. Show VLAN brief. Our code not successfully implemented. Something struck here in between. I think here they are having this one, maybe this one. So let me remove this line and check. Okay, so what I will do, I will put hash symbol, so it will not implement. Okay, then what we will do, we will run this command again and let's see. I will run this again. Okay, let me refresh this one. I think I have some issue. Let me save this configuration and run again. Some problem, no error, nothing, but something hang, I think. Let me refresh this. Okay, it is giving me the username here. Let me move this up. Username is admin and password is Cisco, and connection is successful. Now it is okay. If you see here what I am getting here, this one I put the username admin, I put the password, so we are getting this line saying that successfully connected. Which one? This one. Okay, why we write this one? So if this statement is coming here, we can say our connection is established, that is successfully done. So this one is okay, no issue. Now after that what we done, we go in the global configuration mode, we created the VLAN 2, we go inside the interface of VLAN 2 and we assign the IP address and we write no shut and end. Okay, so this is the code successfully work. So this command is no need, because just now what I wrote here, let me show you this one. I remove this one. Okay, so remove this one because this is a enable password we are typing manually here, so no need to define here. Okay, no need to define this here because we are typing manually there. And what else? Let's go to the device and check to the device we have the VLAN or not. We can go here. If you see here what we are getting here, if you see here what we are getting in the console of this switch, we are having someone is accessed by the name admin with the LAN VTY 0, and if you see someone created the VLAN 2 and interface down first time and then go up. So let's see this one. Let's see this one. What we can say, we can write here show IP interface brief, and we have this interface. Okay, we have this interface VLAN 2 and we assign the IP. And if you want to check, we can write show VLAN brief here, and if you see we have the VLAN 2 here. Okay, this is a VLAN 2 we created with the help of code. And if you see this interface is done, we put no shut, but it is done because this one is not connected anywhere. That we are going to see later. Now with the help of this code, what we done, we created the VLAN and we assigned the IP address to the VLAN. Just you need to remember why we access the device. How we access the device? By using SSH. If you want to use SSH, you need to install this library Paramiko in your laptop. How you will install? You will go here, you will write pip install Paramiko. After that you will import that file and then you will perform the operation. At last you will have that value. What operation we are doing here? We are creating VLAN 2 and we are assigning the IP. So we check that successfully happened. So this is the lab. Okay, this is a basic lab how we can use the Paramiko. So in our next class we are going to discuss about NetMiko and we are going to perform the lab in NetMiko.